Okay, guys. That should give you some idea how serious this business is right now. Because we've got a 40k game coming at you. On that side of the table, Mr. Jojo Man.
The one and only.
And Mr.
Hi,
Tom.
guys.
And they are in command of the Masters of the Watch. So if you want to know what time it is, just go to them.
Or if you want to know what they are, go to Enter the Wolf Time on YouTube and you'll see lots of them.
And
Shameless plug.
They're teaming up with the Space Wolves today. So, what's on this side then?
So we have, first and foremost, we have a Manticore tank with some lovely Storm Eagle rockets which are ready to bring the rain on some unfortunate chaos. We've got this little beauty which I've never actually used before. This is a Manticore artillery tank from Forge World, and it moves.
It's quite delicious, isn't it?
It is a most delicious model, I must admit. Dual Earth Shaker cannons, absolutely brilliant for just killing shit. We have then got a Wyvern with its beautiful Storm Shard mortars, and that's going to make cultists go away. In front here, you might want to get
Operation Human Shield, is that in front of it?
Operation Get Behind the Chaos. If you want to zoom in, these guys are my Men of Iron, commanded by he's kind of like mounting the other guy's base. My Men of Iron, led by Tech Priest. These are my Imperial Guard veterans. What I'm using with a flamer. We've then got alrighty then. We've got the Imperial Knight, which is, I think it's a knight. It's a knight errant. Oh, is it a knight errant or a knight paladin? I can't remember. It's the one with the big fuck you gun, the flamey death weapon, and his beautiful strength D chainsword, which is going to just instant.
We'll be keeping away from that if we can.
Yeah, if you can. If you can move 12.
Now this next one, this is definitely a Space Wolf Land Raider, isn't it? Look at the colour of that.
It's pre-painted? I don't know.
You reckon the whole thing is not painted, Tom? God.
It's the same shade as that lovely painted one next to it, isn't it?
Oh yeah, well this one's actually got some camo cloak technology on the turret to make it think that it's actually destroyed, but it's not. No, I really just left the turret at home. This is a Chimera with another 10 Men of Iron and another Tech Priest veteran sergeant in there. So, and that is my
what's this
bit.
down this end here?
We've got a 5-man unit of Grey Hunters.
Woo!
Because they're going to die. Sorry. 3 Thunderwolf Cavalry.
Right, now,
Redeemer.
there's some more stuff over here that wasn't deployed.
Yeah, the Dreadnought's not there.
These
Dreadnought's not a real thing.
Yeah.
What
We've
about
got
the
a
rest?
Rune Priest and 5 Terminators.
Are they inside the Land Raider?
Yes, inside the Land Raider Redeemer.
Lovely. So, before we tell you why this battle's going on, let's look at who they're facing. They're going to be facing the legions of... Oh, did you forget about them?
We've
We've also got some long fangs with some missile.
Yeah, rocket launchers.
Rockets hit better than missiles.
And then hidden next to these
another
guys.
5-man unit of Grey Hunters.
So on this side, we have the forces of Chaos, combined... What's your Chaos Legion?
We're
Yes,
the
force.
Legion of the
Oh,
Sundial.
The Legion of the Sundial, teaming up with the Crimson Crabs. So starting off at this end, we have this Land Raider. Anything special about this?
Should belong in a museum.
Yeah, old school 80s Land Raider with twin las cannons, ready to do some. We just got to kind of brush the dust off it a little bit.
Who's in there?
We've got our HQ unit, which is Cypher, the Fallen Angel, the mysterious one. There's also a squad of 1,000 Suns in there as well, ready to wreak their revenge.
Right, this little setup here, we've got some Havocs with las cannons, and in front of them, as if it wasn't obvious enough that they were a shield, some nice grey... They've obviously been terrified by the fact that they've been tasked with this mission of just standing in front of the Havocs in the first turn. So we've got some cultists there. Sliding down, we have 10 crabby warp talons, who are very heroically hiding, along with this obliterator, hiding behind these. Are they just regular Chaos Marines?
Yes.
Then,
One has a las cannon.
Oh,
this
yes.
guy, he looks like a Chaos Icon, but really it's actually a las cannon. At any moment he just drops it down and shoots it.
yeah, that sounds good to me.
It's kind of 007 kind of material.
Over here we've got even more las cannons, with some more Havocs, shrouded by yet another cloud of cultists, and then this beauty, the Defiler, with a nice view out over the battlefield. And right behind her is a warp smith, ready to repair any hull points that she might shed during the game. And watching over this, we have Godzilla, right on the mountain. So I'm going to give you the scenario now. Now, I showed you the Ferrero Rocher earlier, and you may have noticed there are 3 green pools. Now, on this planet, sacred artifacts were housed in a deep vault, and because of some volcanic green putrid eruptions on the planet's surface, it started spewing out various ancient artifacts that look a lot like Ferrero Rocher. So at the start of each person's turn, D3-1 artifacts will be spawned out to the top of each of these pools, and then if you are controlling the pool at the end of your turn, you'll receive the Rocher thereon. Then at the end of the game, you'll add up your Ferrero Rocher, taking away any that you've maybe eaten, and then we'll see who is the winner. They may taste like Ferrero Rocher, but
I don't like Ferrero Rocher.
Do you like the white or dark
I'll give mine
ones?
to Tom.
There are white and dark ones as well.
I just don't like the texture.
We'll have no points at the end.
Oh dear, oh dear.
It's just a pile of
Well,
crackers.
that could actually be an advantage, though, if one member of the team doesn't like Ferrero Rocher.
I'm planning on eating every one that I catch.
Well, we'll be back with you after turn 1. In fact, should we roll to see if you guys steal the initiative right now
let's
on
do
camera?
it.
Use
Let's
a
do
different
it.
dice.
Hopefully this one's not cursed. So 6 is to steal initiative. 6 up, son. Yes! Get him!
Oh dear. It's lucky we put all our stuff behind clouds of cultists, really, isn't it?
It doesn't matter. I've got indirect fight on
So-
everything.
Here we go. Okay, guys, you may have noticed there's a bit of a empty space right here. Because that little artillery barrage in the corner there
Bring it! Bring the rain!
unleashed pretty much its entire load on this section here and killed off most of this Chaos Space Marine squad. They decided they'd had enough,
all over it.
so they ran away off here. They killed 5 crabs as well, and that obliterate's also taken a wound. There's a bit of a
That's
chunk
pretty
out
much
of this unit here as well. These 2 units, in fact, from all this combined fire round over here. And the tactical discussion on the other team was intense, but they decided in the end that the Terminators were going to land here and collect the 2 Ferrero Rocher, which now go over to the Forces of Good.
Take your prize, Tom.
There you go.
No.
So that pool could spawn more Rocher in the next turn. Over here, not a lot has happened really. I think that turretless tank there killed a couple of cultists
Yeah.
with its shooting, and everything else just moved up
It
a
shone
little
its-
bit, didn't it?
Flashlight in their
Yeah,
eyes and they
except
had
the-
an epileptic fit and
Except the
died.
Grey Hunters that stayed hiding behind the hill.
Yes, they're lurking. And here's the dead pile. We've got an entire squad of dead Chaos Space Marines, a couple of those squads, half the crabs, which is why I take 10 in a unit, and a couple of cultists. So it's time to retaliate, I think. Time to go and snippy some of those. Yeah, I'm not even finishing that thought.
Snippy,
I love seizing the initiative.
Yeah, it's not nice. Okay, guys. 2 Ferrero Rocher in the middle, 2 over here. That one's still over there. We couldn't get to any of them, as you can see. And our shooting was not entirely productive. We've killed 1 Terminator, despite the fact that we made them take about 15 saves. How many last cannons did we fire into that Terminator squad?
10.
All of them.
Ross is smiling on you today.
And the Defiler fired everything it had over there as well, but they passed all the saves, apart from 1 who died. And then the cultists managed to kill 2 members of that squad, so they were actually the most effective shooting, the unpainted cultists. Because everything bounced off the armour of the Imperial Knight as well.
Just one tactical thing I should add is always put your storm shields at the front.
Yes, that's probably
Schoolboy
great.
error.
We'd have been
Schoolboy
okay.
It didn't make much difference though, since he passed virtually all his saves. So, we haven't got any objectives yet, we haven't gathered any Rocher, and it's looking like we're about to be toasted by that artillery barrage again. So it could be over in very short order, this game. We'll be back. Right, the good guys, turn 2. Well, where to begin? All these cultists are dead. They were shot to death by all the las guns of that squad there. That was very nice. The Land Raider came up here and toasted a couple of those warp talons.
And rendered what was left.
Yeah, the assault cannons then killed the rest of them, so they're all dead. And over here, the Land Raider's gone, It was, what was it that blew it up again?
It was the Imperial Knight with his magma cannon.
Yeah, the Imperial Knight just blew that to smithereens.
And he stomped to death a unit of cultists on the way.
Yeah, he just walked near some cultists and they all dropped dead in horror. The artillery didn't do quite so well this turn, though.
No, we tried to focus all our fire on the Land Raider, and it just didn't work. And then we tried to fire this on the Wyvern on the Space Marines on the hill. Again, didn't do much.
So
really.
we're looking a bit thin on the ground. Let's have a look what we've killed. We've killed 3 models over there. And then this is our corpse pile. I'll just scan over it slowly for effect.
Oh, I'm sorry. I won't bring such an OP artillery bow. Well, that's the thing. Long range, and then you've got Tom, who's playing Space, which is close range.
Yeah.
I'm going to play to long range advantages. He's got close range. It's only natural.
I don't think we've even had any of the close range stuff yet.
We've had some close range fire from the Land Raider. There's been no combat yet.
No.
Also, they're about to pick up those 2 Ferrero Rocher, those 2, and that one. So they're about to take quite a sizable lead heading into our turn.
Oh yes.
And if we can't make a serious comeback here, it's going to be looking very bleak indeed, because we're running out of troops that can actually take objectives.
Also running out of Ferrero Rocher.
We are actually.
Yeah. You said the game ends when we run out of Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah, the box there is running a bit thin. So, see if we can turn it round in this turn. Okay, guys, so here, the Raptors have tried to deep strike in, but they scattered off course into that squad there. So we're going to roll on the table to see what happens to them now. What result do we not want?
1.
Okay, so right here, let's see if we can get a 1 and kill one of our own units without even having to be shot.
No way. So, what's the result?
1. A terrible accident. The teleporting unit is lost in the warp. Deep striking jump units. The entire unit is destroyed.
Well, shit. Oh, no.
They were our last hope as well. Well, that's enough live action. We'll get back to you at the end of this turn where we're going to completely change the course of the battle and destroy everything. Okay, so Chaos turn.
It was a bit more eventful for you, wasn't it?
It was actually, because the Defiler did some good and killed off that entire squad of Space Wolves at the back there. And let's see. We put 2 hull points on the Land Raider with these las cannons down here. And over here, we put a hull point on the Imperial Knights with Cypher's plasma pistols. And then the las cannons completely missed at point blank range. And we don't really have anything else. Did anything else of note happen?
No.
No, so because they're still in contact with these pools, they're going to claim that Rocher and those 2. So they're amassing quite a pile.
Oh no. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh dear, oh dear. So after their next turn, they may have killed everything.
Oh! The Raptors died.
Oh yeah, the Raptors.
Yeah, we covered that with live action. People know all about that,
Live
unfortunately. So, we'll be back.
Claim the Rocher.
Okay, guys. Now, Cypher, the Unkillable. I think he was named that before Forge World came out with some of these beauties. Because they dropped a couple of giant templates on his head and he exploded.
They didn't explode, he just ran away, he just did one down this path. He just went, see you later, shit lords!
Yeah, the giant shells that landed on his head caused him to run away. Let's go with that version of events. What else happened? These guys were blown up by the night, weren't they?
No, they didn't blow. The Knight fired his like Inferno melted magma death fuck you cannon, and then it missed massively, and then he just heavy stubbered them to death.
Oh, how embarrassing. Right then. Over here,
There was one.
the Land Raider moved in closer and torched these guys to death. There was only 1 remaining, and then it tried to multi-melter the Defiler and immobilised it. And then the Wolves here charged into that last one, killed him. They've consolidated over there. So, at the end of this turn, they're going to acquire those 2 Ferrero Rocher. And those 2. And I hope we don't spawn any more, because we have actually run out now, because their pile is so vast.
We have them all! We have them all!
So we're going to move on into our turn 3, which is going to be very quick. We've only got that small unit of 1,000 Suns, and the Defiler and a Warpsmith. So we'll come back to you in a second, see if we can turn it round based on that. Right guys, we've given up on the Ferrero Rocher because they're up by 14. and we have 0 at the moment, so there's no way we can actually do it because we've only got 1 squad left that can actually take them. So we decided we're just going to table them instead. So the Defiler gunned down almost all of that squad, leaving only a tech priest on his own. So that was nice. It didn't manage to get repaired by the Warpsmith, though, who's looking at its posterior there. And over here, the Thousand Suns took aim at that squad up there, and how many did they kill?
3.
So phase 1 of tabling has begun. And we're going to move on to turn 4.
Yeah!
So we'll come back in a minute and see if we've got anything left to fight with. Good guys, turn 4. So the Imperial Knight stepped onto the hill and crushed the Thousand Suns to death
Every
automatically.
single one of them.
He just
That's why you
walked,
have such a big base.
walked near them and they evaporated. Over here, the Wolves charged in and killed the Warpsmith.
As well as flaming him.
Yeah, he got flamed a bit first. And the Defiler, which is immobilised, is the only thing that remains. So I think we've decided, on that note, we should probably end it, because he could just be trying to shoot at it with a multi-melter all day and not hit it.
Having it hit on,
So,
it get ones.
There's the corpse pile for that team.
Yep.
Which
How many
is,
units?
what's that about?
1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 models.
21 models and all the Ferrero Rocher. Whereas we lost
Our entire army.
everything except the Defiler, which is immobilised. So I think it was close until that very last turn. Or it was close until the initiative was stolen and then our entire army was deleted.
However, I do not like Ferrero Rocher. So in good sportsmanship,
Yeah,
I will give you mine to share.
Yes, I think it's actually a draw now. So
Good
we're all right.
game.
No,
Good
it
game.
wasn't. No, it was a terrible
Oh,
game. A terrible game. The chippy was alright, though.
Yeah, the food was okay.
Well,
And that's
that
what's
last thing I got.
Yes. What's
Apart
important
from
is
the turkey drumstick.
what's important is
Deep fried mystery.
what's important is we had fun. We had some laughs. Killed some time.
We did, and look, you can see how festive it is with the decorations up there. We all had a very festive time.
Ho, ho, ho.
Especially that double earth shaker in the corner that was feeling very generous at this special time of year. So that's probably going to be the shortest battle report ever, to be honest. So
How many turns? 4 turns?
4 turns, but we probably could have ended it after 1, to be honest.
After the third.
After the seas. You should have just gone, you went to it.
Okay, so the artifacts were claimed by the Space Wolves and the Guardians of the Thingamajig.
Masters of the Watch.
Yeah, the Masters of the Watch. So they have all the Ferrero Rocher secrets in their chapter's arsenal now.